Hello, everybody. This is the Shadows or Javier Jr. This is part two of my true events or real scary stories that I'm going to tell you. So, I think either we're in part 13 or 14. I'm just going to skip the part. I'm just going to make a new chapter. We're just going to call it chapter 1 instead of like the what we just said. So, chapter 1, if I remember, this was a new event. So, long story short, if I remember. So, in my high school years, which is today, right? I remember a long time ago of an incident, a new incident, where I was in a dream, right? Normal dream, nothing too disturbing. I was in the same dream, but this dream was more disturbing. It didn't look scary to me, but I could handle scariness. It's just that the thing that I saw was hella disturbing, like very disturbing as shit. And some of you are probably wondering, what do you mean, Javier? Or Javier Jr.? And I will say this loud and clearly. I was in a dream, like mm, today or something, right? I was in a hospital, mid of the hallway, right? I was like confused, like, why am I at the hospital, right? I looked around everywhere and everywhere and everywhere, right? Until I saw myself in the hospital bed and I was like wondering, no way I'm in the hospital. So I look, right? I started getting closer to the door, right? But the door was getting further and further and further. It was going far and far and far. And I was like wondering to myself, am I tripping? Am I seeing stuff? So I started getting closer to the door, right? But it just kept going far. So I just said, if the door is going far, let's just go with the opposite. So I did the opposite, but just stayed there. So I had to go to the far side and try to figure out what to do, right? I tried to get closer and closer and closer, and it got a little bit far. But when I ran, it got really far and long. Then I started being curious. Is this like a puzzle? Is this a fever dream? No, this is like, I don't even know how to say it. It wasn't really disturbing, but when I started getting closer to like the far area, there was like blood everywhere. And you're probably wondering, what do you mean blood? Well, the hospital was getting like, I don't know how to describe it. Have you ever went to like a abandoned hospital, but it doesn't look like nothing wrong with it until you see like blood everywhere? In the walls and the floors and the rooftop. That's what I saw, and there was so much blood everywhere. I started seeing heads again, the same incident of the hallway. And then when I started realizing, oh no, I'm dealing with another creature or anomaly in my dreams. So I was checking all my surroundings, right? I saw someone at far distance, so I start running at the far area fast as I can. The creature was getting closer to me and closer, and I started running fast as I can. I was freaking out. And then when the creature got closer, it had like a, I don't know how to describe it. It was disturbing as shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. But the creature was more like, it was wearing like a black cape around. The body was fully like shadowy-ish, like a shadow figure. The head was shadow, but when I saw the face, it was distorted, like a, I don't know how to say it. It was distorted as shit. It looked like scary imagery, but think about it as this. Have you ever like watched like shadow figures or mimic videos? It was like that, but really disturbing. And you're probably wondering how so, or like wondering, what do you mean? Well, the shadow figure's face was fucking nasty. It was like, have you ever seen like a real body or like someone's body that's just fully rotten and you could just see the eyes. That's what I saw. But the eyes were like blood, like bloody, and one of them had like a scar in the eye, but it was like staring at me nastily, and I was like, oh hell no. When I tried to run, the monster grabbed my shoulder. I was scared shitless. I look at it, it grabbed me and it scared me in my dreams, and then I woke up like somewhere at 4 o'clock, which was this morning. But I'm actually doing okay because at least I woke up. That's the good news and stuff. What else do I remember? Yeah, my stuff. Oh yeah. So that was going on in chapter 1. Then chapter 2. Ooh, this one's creepy. And these were real events, but this time this is not dreams. These are stories that I'm gonna tell you. Real nasty events. So a long time ago, this is where I was not high school. I was near like at middle school and stuff. I was literally how I see it. I was literally just chilling like every normal kid would do. Just chill, normal stuff. Then I started hearing stuff, right? I started hearing my name, right? I heard my cousin said my name, so I go check it out outside, right? Bro, nobody was there, right? And I was like weirded out, like I thought I heard my cousin said my name, right? So I go ask my mom about it, right? And I told my mom, I heard my cousin said my name and my sister. And then they said there was no cousins there. Your cousins were just at the house doing stuff. I was like, what the fuck? Is it me or I'm hearing shit? No way I actually heard someone said my name and just disappeared. That's how creepy was chapter 2. And I was like curious, like, how the heck did someone said my name and it just disappeared like that? I never saw them, but when I opened the door, I just saw nothing. And I'll tell you this, it was at the morning, and I remember the timeline. It was like the time was like 7:28 or 7 o'clock, and then when I checked out the door, there was nobody outside. So I locked the door and stuff, and it was at the morning. I told my mom and told her, "Hey mom, was anyone outside?" Like I said again, nobody. Nobody was outside. I checked everywhere outside. No one was out there. That's the creepy part. And then when I was at the house thinking about it, I was like creeped out, like spooked out, right? I got chills from it. I was like wondering. I heard my cousin said my name and my sister, but what the fuck? And then I don't know how to describe it. It just felt like it disappeared. I never heard my original cousin's voice, and just felt like that. It felt like a mimic just said something outside, and it was at that goddamn morning. And if you don't believe me, I remembered what it said, and I still remember the hearing. I can still hear it to this day, and I can remember what it said. It said, Javier, guys, we should bring Javier or something, or Javier Jr. And stuff. So I go check it out. Creepy. Creepy stuff. A lot of creepy stuff. Okay. We finished that one. That was chapter 2, just to give you guys an update. Chapter 3 is gonna be creepy as fuck. Because, one, this is gonna be some. This is gonna give everybody some goosebumps and chills. It won't really be disturbing, it'll just be creepy. So, long time ago, when I was in my middle school years, I think I was like 7 or 8th grade, right? I was literally chilling and stuff. We got ourselves a new house, which is a normal small house and stuff. It's not really that big, but it's just a normal house for now, right? After that, we just checked around the house. It was nice and beautiful. I could have my own room peacefully and just do, peaceful stuff. And then, long story short, when I saw when we what's it called? When we bought the house, right? Long story short, what's it called? Do I remember it? Hold up. I'm trying to remember it because I know I remember. Okay, now I remember. So, long story short, around when we bought the house and stuff, we started moving our stuff and, doing what we need to do, right? Long story short, I started hearing stuff at the house. Like, I was wondering, okay, so I'll tell you this: in my middle school years, I never had my dog Princess or Bella or the cats. The only cats that I only had was Mia, which was my old white cat. So I'll tell you a little bit detail before I get to the story. So Mia was my old cat. She was the whitest cat. She was fat, nice, loving, but she was the goodest cat that I ever had until when COVID was around and she was feeling more sick and died from stomach failure or something, which made me cry because I missed that cat. And I was crying out tears. My heart was shattered in pieces because that cat been there for 18 months. She was an old cat. And I still love that cat, but I'm heartbroken when I missed her. You know what I mean? I love that cat in my heart. And that cat of mine's Mia passed away with a good heart. Still miss her. Breaks my heart. When that happened, the only cat was there was Tiger, which we all know is Tiger. Tiger was there and stuff, just chilling like other stuff. And then when Tiger was chilling, blah blah, we got a new cat. Was Simba, right? Simba was obviously the youngest because Mia was the oldest when around COVID was around. And yeah, Tika was there too, chilling, blah blah blah. And then after when Mia passed away, Tika, which is Tiger, Tika had. So if you're wondering who Tika is actually Tiger. Tika. Oh my God. So Tiger's second name is Tika. It sounds weird, but you'll understand why. It's because it's Tiger, I guess. I don't know, but there's Tiger, and then if you want, I'm just gonna call him Tika because that's what his name is properly. His second name is properly called. So whatever. And what's it called? Simba, right? When Simba was here, oh, he was beautiful. Pretty much what happened when we got Simba, we got him from a family member, and a family member got it from a friend, and then we adopted them, right? Because they couldn't take care of like much kitty cats, right? So we took the orange one, right? Bro, Simba was a beautiful cat. When he was a baby, he looked like Garfield. He was beautiful and he was cute. My heart was like heartwarming. Like, have you ever felt like love just came back to you? That's how it felt like. I was happy. Simba was just cute like a kitty cat. My mom and my parents had to keep him in their room because, we have the other cat, but they don't trust him with him unless he gets older. Then he'll be good. Which, fair enough because, she Simba is a kitty cat, but true. I can't really blame my mom about it because, older cats can hurt, younger ones, and yeah, you don't want that to happen. Then when Simba started growing up, like a regular cat, right? Kitty cat now. He's a big cat, and and I know a couple of y'all saw the video, that famous video that got over 1,300 views, where someone said, "Top this cat, this video deserves top notch," and I agree. But what I'm saying is that Simba, he's a big cat, giant, fluffy, orange kitty cat. He's a nice kitty cat to have around, and he's cool. Then another one is that we got Oreo. My sister has Oreo, and he's actually a good kitty cat. Yeah, he was cute. He was actually so. Funny fact about Oreo, right? Is that he was under the garage, and my sister tried to get him out, right? So what I did to Oreo is I tried to convince him to get out, right? And I told him, Oreo, or yeah, Oreo, come out. I'm your guardian angel, right? So I was his guardian angel because, he believed it, right? When I said that, he came out of the garage and came near me, and I pet him. He was beautiful. That cat made me in tears, and that good heart made me in tears. He's still a good cat. He's tall and black, but he does beat up other cats outside of the neighborhood. I don't know why, but whatever. The cat likes fighting people, but I can't really blame him. So yeah. Then when we got Oreo, then I remember we got Princess when I was at middle school, 8th grade. Now Princess, she was beautiful. That dog made me cry in tears when I met that dog at high school. Wait, not high school, middle school. Oh my god. I don't know if I have a picture of my dog Princess of a photo, but I could show you guys when she was baby. I don't know if I have the baby photos though. That's the question. What was I saying? So Princess, she was like a baby husky, like a puppy was. Oh my gosh, she was beautiful. She was like, have you ever had like a puppy, or anyone subscribers or viewers have like a dog, right? And you really love that dog because they were like a puppy and now they're just growing up. Bro, she was a beautiful dog. She made me cry in tears in 8th grade. And I never felt my tears drop when I saw a dog because usually we never had dogs in our family. The only family that the only animals that we used to have in the family that my mom told me was a white rabbit. It's alright. Still fights my dad some reason until they had to get rid of him because one, the doctor said that they couldn't take care of a rabbit because it was bad for the baby, so they had to get rid of him, which was sad. But I can't really do anything about it and stuff. Anyways, we'll stop talking about the family stuff. Let's get to the scary point. Uh, you know what? Just keep focusing on the normal spot. Then we'll focus on the scary stuff so you guys don't get too spooked out. So, like I was saying about the rabbit, the rabbit was gone, went to a nice family. I hope that he went to a nice family. Scares me to this day. But he went to a nice family. Then my parents actually had a cat that I didn't remember. But they had this cat before. It was called Momo. Cat was like black and white. It was the first cat that my parents had and adopted in the family. He was a cute cat that they showed me in the photo. But sadly, that cat is gone. He went off his own way and just never came back. Even my dad tried to bring him back, and my mom was sad about it. Never came back. It felt like someone took him. And there you go. He was gone. And some of you are probably wondering, has Momo came back at the house? Sadly, no, he disappeared. Either he went to a nice fam, either he went to a nice family, or he's just gone. Which it happens. He maybe went to a better family. That's what I hope for. Then, what else did I remember? When Momo was gone, we had this other cat named Mia, and that's where that was the beautiful part. I never had a cat when I was born. When I was a baby, I was beautiful. It was cute stuff, you know. Then I remember some other stuff. My cat was there, bro. You know what's crazy? My cat Mia was fat and got on the roof of the apartment. I was freaking out and telling, "Get down, get down." I told my mother about it, and my mother just told me Mia's just down. And I was like, "Oh my God, Mia, you got me scared." And stuff. Anyways, let's focus on the stuff. I'll tell you about Princess, and then Bella. Then I'll tell you about the scary stuff. So, long story short, when we had Princess, middle school, 8th grade, blah blah blah, she growing up. Ooh, before we say growing up, we took her to the beach when she was a baby. Oh my gosh, she was beautiful in the beach. She was like a cute puppy, and I still loved her. She likes the beach, you know. Still missed her, but she loved it. And then when we took Princess when she was in her older days to the beach, oh, she loved it there. She loved the nice air, the nice coldness, and all that stuff. She loved the beach, and I'm proud of it. And then what else did I remember? When she was there, she was there for family, and I still love her to this day. And you want to hear a fun fact about Princess? To myself, I actually take care of my dog, Princess, a lot. Even if people don't see it in the backgrounds, I actually do take good care of her. And fun fact, I love to give her some snacks. I'll give her some treats. I will give her anything because I care about that dog. She's like, I don't know how to say it. Makes me want to just cry right now because my tears are going down because of it. But if I remember, has anyone from the 90s or like 2000s ever watched Courage? Like Courage the Cowardly Dog Show? I watched it when I was in like 2011 or 2012 or 2013 14. Bro, Courage the Dog Show was so beautiful. It wasn't really scary to me in my young age. It was just like, it's alright. I was like curious. But when I saw Courage the Dog Show, and then when he was a baby, and then the freaking mad scientist took away his parents and put him to space, that's the part when it made me cry. When he went near the dumpster and saw Mario and Dustus, oh my god, that's the part that made me cry. Because not only Courage lost his parents from space, but Mario took care of him, same thing with Stusis. He didn't like Stusis, the guy, the old grandpa. He didn't like Courage, but Mario had a good heart, and she loved the Courage. And you want to hear a fun fact about Courage, the dog? Bro, Courage would be protecting Mario the most. Even does this most of the time. He doesn't like him, but he does take care of him. He will take care of both of them. And remember, Mario got mad and said that if anybody takes my dog or anybody takes my good children, I will gonna fight justice for them. No matter what, I will protect them. And like I did, I'm doing to my dog Husky, Princess. She's a red husky, beautiful. Still love that dog. But if she passes away, I'm probably gonna be more depressed. Not only because I love that dog, but I love her in my heart. And you guys could hear my voice like squeaking and like showing some tears and stuff. And I love that dog in my heart, and I care about that dog. And I also care about my cats. You know, I care about Princess the most because she's my favorite. I'm gonna call her Courage. She's my favorite Courage the dog. She reminds me of Courage. And if I lose her, there's gonna be lots of tears. I'm probably gonna be more tragic. Anyways, we'll stop talking about that. And then one more other one. My parents were looking for like a Pomeranian name. So hold up, give me a minute. So a long time ago, if I remember, my parents were looking so hard to find a Pomeranian, like a Pomeranian. And you know why my parents been looking for a Pomeranian is because one, my mom wanted a Pomeranian so bad because we used to have one, but it wasn't like for us. It was just more like the family just taking the money and just letting us take care of it. I don't know why. It wasn't worth it. But we did have a Pomeranian, which was the baby one, which is Bella. We all know we love Bella. She's a good dog. We all know that. And I love Bella. She's a good dog. Chubby, fat too, but she's a good chubby dog. And we all know that she's good. She might not be fighting skills, but she does alert Princess. She barks loud and she alerts the dog, Princess, and the others. Just nice. Very nice. Anyways, let's stop talking about the good stuff and let's actually talk about the serious stuff. Alright? Alright. I know a couple of y'all like that story. I know there's some good hard people that love that story. Anyways, let's get to the point. So, this is chapter 3. Another incident that happened to me. Wait, that's not chapter 3. We're still at chapter 2. About that, we bought that house. Okay. Apologies for that. I forget everything what I was saying. So, same thing, incident. I started hearing weird noises at the house when we bought it, right? When I checked the garage, there was a big, massive hole, and I'm still living in it to this day. Bro, that hole looks very creepy. And you're probably wondering, what do you mean creepy? Well, one, the hole was like massive black. And yeah, it was creepy and shit. Yeah, it was all that stuff. But I'll tell you that I will be hearing weird noises at the rooftop. Like I will be hearing movement. And I'll be hearing creepy shit. And I remember middle school, in 8th grade, I'm about to like graduate 8th grade to high school, freshman, right? I would be staring at the rooftop the most because I will be playing with my, Halo Legos and military Legos just to play for fun. And I'll be just looking at top and just feeling uncomfortable like someone would be staring at me at the bottom. And every time I look up, most of the time I don't feel like I don't want to play at the garage no more. I just feel like I just want to get out of there and yeah, get the fuck out of here. So I did. I complained about my parents about that, and my mom starts telling me the same incident to my father and to me. Wait, no, she said it to my father the most, and then said, uh, babe," and my father said, "What's up?" She said, "You should fix the rooftop. I feel like someone is watching me up there." And he said, "Like for real? Like someone is up there?" I don't feel like it, but it feels like someone is actual watching me. So I just feel like you should close it up. So we did, and I will show you the proof what I mean. And guys, in the videos from the scary incident, I will show you proof, and I'm not gonna lie. I'll be honest, and I'll show you the real proof, so you can see why I mean. Anyways, like I was saying, the incident, they closed it off. I felt grateful, but there's still a little hole. Like if someone just really wants us to, it looks like someone just really wants to see me or watch me. That's how creepy it is. Still, I don't go to the garage, but still gives me the creeps. But don't worry about me. I'm still doing okay and nice and well. Okay, so that was the second incident, chapter incident. So this is chapter 3 now. Now this is the real shit and the real deal. So when I was at high school, my freshman years or sophomore years, playing with my cousins, playing Nerf guns and hide and seeks in the garage, and just every normal kid like every boys would do, just shoot each other, blah blah blah. We were doing that, bro. I got creeped the fuck out because one, me and my cousins were there, right? We're all chilling. My other cousin named Oscar, other cousin named Gike. We were all playing with each other, hide and seek, blah blah blah, doing other stuff. We used Nerf guns to shoot each other because it was for fun. And, I can't really blame them. It was kind of fun. We did get shot at. I did get hit, but I'm okay. After that, I let my little cousins, Geek and Oscar, play with each other. Not in a weird way, but like every kid would do in normal ways. Nerf guns and stuff. This one might be a little funny to y'all, a little bit embarrassing for my cousins, but I remember when me and my cousins, somehow my cousin, think Oscar had the Nerf gun, right? He loaded it up, and some reason he got lucky. He shot Geeka in the balls, and Geeka said, "Ah, my balls, my balls, ah!" He fall down and said, "Oh shit!" And I said to Oscar, "Holy shit, Oscar! You shot him in the balls? What the fuck? How do you get him in the balls?" So we turn on the light, we check on him. He said, "Hey, Giga, you good, man?" I said, "Yeah, bro. He got me in the balls somehow." And I said, "Jesus Christ, Oscar, what are you, a devil man? What are you, a cloaker?" And just saying a lot of cool stuff and crazy stuff. After that, I made Oscar and Geekin made a deal with each other, and said because Oscar did shot Giga in the balls, we're not supposed to shoot each other in the balls purposely. Just shoot him like in the shoulder or stomach. He shot Giga shot Oscar in the balls. He got hit, but he didn't really care. He deserved it. That's what he said. I said, okay. And I said to them, maybe guys, maybe let's just don't shoot each other in the bottom part. You know what I mean? So they listen. We do it again. We go Nerf gun. I go first. They go hiding. Right? I was literally searching. Then I saw a shadow figure when I was with my cousins. And I was like telling my cousin Gike, "Hey Gike, are you the one that's flashing the two lights over there?" And he says to me, "No." And I started getting creeped out because I saw two glowing white eyes just staring the fuck out of me. And I was like, it's maybe nothing. It's maybe nothing. So I found Oscar. We got him. He's near me, just chilling. We started getting closer to Geeky, right? After that, my guts were telling me there was so much shells, like something was in there in that garage. So I tell Oscar to turn on the lights. When I look at the shadow figure, it just disappeared. I just said to myself, "Yep, let's get the fuck out." So I told my cousins, Oscar, Geeky, and I told them, "Guys, we should get out of here. Like, something's in this garage. Like, it's telling me not, we should not be here." So my cousins listened. We just played outside in the backyard or in the front, just normal stuff, and it was all right. But I still got the creep out. That's the creeps and shit. Still remember it, but it gives me the fucking creeps. I don't like it. It gives me the creeps. That was chapter 3, the spirit incident. Then chapter 4, another incident. Same thing with my cousins were here. So I was literally chilling with Geeky playing Super Smash Bros. Oscar wanted to play with us in the garage, so I said, "Screw it, let's go play in the garage and play, other stuff, right?" After that, My parents, when all of us were just playing regular stuff, right? Chilling, normal stuff. And after that, when they left, my mom told me that kind of feel bad for Oscar. And I told her why. It's because, one, when he was at the garage by himself, all he was staring at the shelf. Like, he saw something that we can't see. And I was like wondering, what? And my mom's like, yeah, I wasn't lying. Your cousin Oscar was like staring at the garage, like staring at the side of the left side, staring at the like at the top for like a few, like maybe a minute or maybe 30 seconds, and then after that just walk away. Like, when she saw that, my mom came out there, the garage, opened it, go check by herself, check if there was anything at the garage, nothing. And then when she checked everywhere, nothing. It's like my cousin saw something that in the garage that I don't know what he sees. I mean, to me, I don't know what he could see because he told me he's seen some shit too. In the garage part, that got me goosebumps, man. My heart was like pounding. My guts were like feeling weird. Like, I never felt anything weird when my cousin Oscar was at the garage by himself and stuff. Then, long story short, another incident when my cousin left, like couple couple years ago. I remember I came back at the garage like tomorrow, like today, right? Not tomorrow, but like today, right? I checked around the place. I started hearing weird ass noises. And what happens next? I see a fucking shadow figure in that garage. And I was at nighttime, right? Checking if anything was out there, right? I started hearing noises at the garage. I saw a shadow figure with freaking curly hair. And I saw a human. I saw like a human shadow figure. And I was like, oh, fuck that. I closed the door. I came to my parents. I told my dad, there's a shadow figure in the room. He didn't believe me. So I told him, and I convinced him to go check it. So he checks and he tells me there's nothing there. And I was like telling him, there was something there. I saw it in my own eyes. And he said to me, it's just your imagination. And I still got the goosebumps when I saw it. It gives me the fucking creeps. And I apologize for the swearing. I just like swearing, but not all the time, but like, you know what I mean. I like swearing and scary stories because Jesus Christ, it gave me the goosebumps. I'm sorry, but it's true honesty. Ooh, it gives me the creeps. What else did I remember? Oh, okay. Now, this is chapter 5. This might give everybody a lot of fucking chills. I may be disturbed. So, just to give you all a warning, chapter 5 might be a little creepy and disturbing. So, just to give you all a heads up. So, long story short, this one was like in my freshman years, I think. Yeah. No. No, this one was in my sophomore years. Now I remember. So, I was there. Damn, I feel like I got good memory for my stories. I mean, kind of impressive. Anyways, like I was saying, long story short, my sophomore year, I was playing with my dog, Princess Bella, because I was bored as fuck. And I was at the summer, right? Just doing, summer stuff and stuff. I put the chairs, like, near the, like, area, because I was, like, tired. I wanted somewhere to sit, but just near the sun, right? Because, I wanted some sunlight, just to, get warmed up and cozy. And just play with my dog. I thought it was getting too hot. Drink some water and stuff. And then my dad, because he's always at the nighttime just checking if no one's just in the backyard, just getting in or doing some creepy shit. My dad looks at his left, nothing. And when he looks at his right, he sees the fucking chair. And his vision was like saying that he sees somebody. He was like, what the fuck? And then when he put a flashlight on it, there was nobody. He was like wondering. He said to me, not at nighttime, but like next morning, when he saw whatever, He fixed the chair, but he told me it was creepy as fuck. But he told me, son, you should probably don't put the chair again like that. And I told him, why? What, did I did something stupid? I said, yes and maybe no, because yeah, you're learning and stuff. I get what you're doing, but like, still, you gotta be careful what you're doing, son. And I said to him, why? It's because one, when I was out there at night yesterday, I literally was out there, checking. No one's out there. I saw a chair. I think you placed it there, and then I think you forgot to put it away. I thought I saw a demon, and it had horns, and it was like a shadow figure. And it had a whole body there, and then when he flashed a flashlight, there was nothing there. He moved the chair out of the way because it was creepy as fuck. And then when he went back inside, he still got the goosebumps. And when he told me about that, I got the chills again. My guts were just disturbed. My heart was just racing again. I don't know why, but I still got the creeps from that. Ooh, that gives me the creeps and stuff. And I think this one's chapter 4. So yeah. So now this is the part when it's gonna get real creepy. So chapter 5. This is the creepy shit that's gonna happen. So if I remember right, trying to remember. It was not camping. I mean, no, not really. So what's it called? Chapter 5. Sorry about that. I'm trying to find it. I know I have it in my head. It's just well hidden. Okay, I know I have it somewhere. Where is it? I know I had it in my head. It was there before. Sorry, I was just getting some chocolate bars. I think it was in my camping years when I was like a sophomore. So I was with my cousins. And I think other cousins, my other cousins, like Leo and the other ones, wanted to come to camping, but they couldn't because they had other things to do, sadly. But we did brought them, but they just didn't camp, sadly, which I kind of feel bad because it would be cool if we're all chilling and shit. But my other cousins that actually came was my auntie and my other cousin and my older cousins and stuff. We're all chilling, normal stuff, doing regular camping stuff. My cousins, little cousins were chilling. My little cousins actually wanted to do paintball with us, and I have my other cousins and my dad's side from the aunties and uncles side actually wanted to try out paintball, but sadly my little cousins couldn't go to paintball with us because one, how I say, my auntie or their mother won't let them because she's too serious about their injuries and she doesn't want them to get hurt. And I do have my little cousin Gike. He has a broken arm, which understandable for her to be reasonable for that. Which that's really reasonable for her to do that, which is understandable. And my other cousin Oscar, he has no broken arm, but he's alright. He was like, he really wanted to do paintball, but he couldn't because his mother was too serious. Which I can't really blame their mother for it. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was out there in paintball, oh, those freaking pellets or those paintball balls really damn hurt. And I'll tell you this about the paintball. Bro, the paintball felt like, have you ever got shot by a rubber ball? That's what it felt like, but they put like paint in it and the rubber ball is just like fast and it just hits you. I got hit on like somewhere in the bottom where I didn't get hit in the balls, lucky, but I got hit in the stomach in the bottom part and then somewhere in the other bottom part. and then I got hit in my arm, my legs, and stuff. But I'm okay. It's just it was like purple and it was black. That's what paintball balls hit will feel. And I didn't bleed. It was just purple and black. But I'm okay. Nothing bad. Family was doing okay. Mother tripped, but she's okay. She's doing alright. And I was doing alright too. I actually enjoyed myself. You know, it would be cool if my other cousins came. It would actually look more badass. But anyways, like I was saying, we did paintball, normal stuff, routine. We went to the river, lake, normal stuff and stuff. And then when we were about to leave, right, I started getting chills like I never got before. And when I was with camping with my family, just chilling in the campfire, I looked behind me. It was just nighttime in the trees. There's like moonlight flashing at it. I look, nothing. Look everywhere, nothing. Nothing too creepy. But when I look again behind me, I saw like a shadow figure. It looked like a wolf. And then when I looked closely, it was nothing. It just disappeared. That's how creepy it was. It wasn't like disturbing or anything. It was just creepy. But I'm still okay, doing well. Nothing too bad. Just chilling. The camping, it was alright. He was alright. It was a 10 out of 10. It was fun. Anyways, I think that was chapter 5. So it wasn't really that scary. It was just like, eh. Or just, it's more like unsettling. Just to give you all updated. Now, chapter 6. This is where the real shit hits. So, if I remember, I was at my sophomore years, right? You know, I was going to church basic hours and stuff. I had a cousin in my dad's side. I'm gonna call him G. So my cousin G and me, right? I wasn't at the church, but my cousin G, he told me that when they were celebrating his birthday at church, you know, doing normal stuff, there was like an old lady at their church, you know, chilling there. And I think nothing too personal, just like a regular old lady, just wanted to chill there, right? My cousin's birthday started at the church, right? You know, doing normal routines. He got a call, right? So he went out there in the backyard, told his mother, "Hey, mother, I'm gonna go in a phone call in the back. So I'll be back." She said, "Okay." Which my auntie was a preacher, but now my other cousin is the preacher herself, which is nice. Um, my cousin G, right? He got a phone call. He answered. It was the same old lady, but talking a lot of demonic shit. She was a witch, and she was saying like, "Oh, G, I know you're there. I know I'm gonna hunt you." Or she said, "Oh, gee, I'm gonna put some spells and demonic things on you." Or say, "Oh, gee, I'm gonna put a lot of things that you're gonna regret." And she said, "Gee, I see you where you're at. You're behind that wall." And my cousin G, told his mother about it. My mother heard the phone call. She said, "The uncall her, like uncall her, and disconnect that phone." So he did. He went back. My auntie looks everywhere, closed the fucking door, locked that shit up, and got creeped out. My cousin G was so freaking creeped out and stuff. He was like, "What the fuck will I experience?" Ooh, now that's the creepy shit. When he experienced in his birthday, and his mom was pissed off, but at the same time, she wasn't creeped out. She knew what she was dealing with. And now she has to protect her son, whatever she that they were dealing with. And you know, I can't really blame her for that, you know. It was creepy as shit when my cousin described it to me, and I still remember it. It still gives me the creeps, man. You know? And now I started believing my cousin G at church because one, Jesus fucking Christ, man, that fucking scares me when you think about it. Because one, how the fuck did she got his phone number? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? A real question. He told me that he got an unknown phone number. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? How the fuck did that ugly witch ass bitch got my cousin's fucking phone number? You know? That's fucking weird. You know? I never had a cousin that dealt with a witch. A nasty, ugly ass, bitch ass witch. Call him. I'm sorry I had to say this to that witch, but that witch deserved what I just said to my own words. And YouTube, I'm sorry if I had to say that, but geez, I do not like witches, and I do not claim no negative energy. Fuck that. But that's what happened from chapter 6. Oh my god, that's gotta be the most creepiest shit that I just said on this YouTube channel. That's gotta be world record for me. Ooh, that gives me the creeps. What else did I remember? Chapter 7, another incident. It was the same thing with my cousin. When I told him that demons were real and I saw one in my dreams, and I actually saw one, he told me, my cousin G, right? The same one, older one now. He has a family, nice family. He's doing okay. He told me, long story short, he saw a demon in his actual dreams. And you know what they were telling him? They were telling him was some demonic shit, demonic words. Ooh, I still feel the chills from it. They were telling him like, oh, I'm gonna burn you alive, or oh, I'm gonna torture you and do other stuff. And you know what the demon said? It said this in quote. You will burn in hell. I will burn you alive. And you will never go near to the Holy Bible. I will burn you. And if you try and try and try to get near it, I will strike and strike and strike. And then when I heard that, holy shit, that fucking scared me. I got the fucking chills. And when my cousin told me, he believes me now. He said, Cousin Javier Jr., I believe you now. Demons are real. He didn't believe it, but until he felt the demon in his dream, he said, Cousin, you're a real savior. You saved me whatever was attacking my dreams. I had to read the Holy Bible. I had to put holy water in my room. I had to do every prayers to get that demon out of there. But thanks to you, you saved it me. And you know, I felt grateful, but I felt creeped out when he told me that. Oh my god, that demon was a creepy ass fucker. And you know, I'll tell you this truthfully. I hate demons. And I'll tell you this, I hate devils, I hate mimics, and I hate witches. Even if they try to attack me, fuck you guys. I'm sorry, but it's truthful. Fuck you. You guys are nasty bitches, motherfucker. And I'm sorry I had to say this swearily, but I'll tell you this, like my mom told me, when you swear at the demon and tell them to get the fuck out of your house and you do it calmly, bro, they will get pissed off. And if you tell them firmly, like you're serious, they'll just leave. Because they don't like disrespected. They don't like they get disrespect. But when you're serious about it, they'll just leave like bitches. And seriously, they'll leave. And they will leave like a pussy bitch. And I'm sorry if I had to say it, but it's true. They're bitches. The undead, demons, mimics, shadows, or demonic things that are trying to attack you in your dreams, they're just bitches. All they do is try to scare you and make you fear from them. But remember this, guys. Do not let those demons and evil spirits attack you because, one, they're just nasty bitches. And you know what I'm gonna say to those demons? Remember, demons and the undead cannot hurt you, but the living ones can. Remember that. Keep that in your mind. because reminder, like my mom said, she's a Catholic and she knows what I went through. Demons, demonic motherfuckers cannot hurt you. They're just pussy ass bitches. And it's true. And that was chapter 7. So that was just giving y'all updated. And YouTube, apologies for the swearing, but God, I hate demons. Seriously, I actually hate them. But anyways, like I was saying, that was chapter 7. And chapter 8, this might be my last one, and I might make a part 3 about I don't know what part 3 would be. Ooh, I could ask about part 3 how my cousins and my family experience, and they could tell you about their stories and their lifestyles, how they went through, and they can maybe tell you detailedly, and they might even know how you feel. God. Ooh, that gives me the fucking creeps. Why am I thinking about it? Anyways, chapter 8. My family. So, me and my family, right? We're all chilling, normal stuff, normal routine, right? Me and my cousin, Oscar, Geeky, we just chilling, normal, playing video games on Roblox with each other, because, that's what family does, right? Long story short, Oscar starts telling me some crazy shit that I didn't know. And I told him, what's wrong? And he said to me, I started keep seeing these weird figures. And I told him, what do you mean? Well, he started telling me when he was at his house, he'll be telling me like he'll be keep seeing like demons, figures, shadow figures, and like a lot of weird shit in his household. And I told him like, describe them to me. What did they look like? And he could see them. He says that they look like have you ever like seen like a demon that are like red or like darkness? They're like that, but like distorted. Their face and mouth was like wide open, but like sharp teeth and distorted face. It was nasty. And he told me he didn't like it. And I got creeped the fuck out when he told me that. And I told my cousin Kike, hey, Kike, has your older brother Oscar seen? Has your younger brother, middle brother Oscar heard anything about these events? And he said to me, no. I mean, I have seen shit with him too. He's not wrong about a couple of shit that he told me. I remember seeing a figure, a shadow figure, but with a distorted face. It gives me the creeps, but with Oscar and me along chilling with each other, we should be good. Nothing too bad, unless if it's attacking us. I'm gonna tell my mother. He said, that's understandable. But I told Oscar, is there any other spirits that you see and any demonic? And he said to me, a couple. I remember seeing a couple things like a couple demons, a couple spirits, a couple orbs flying in my house. I don't know why, but I get the creeps. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna do a prayer for you guys and just pray to Jesus Christ to give you some healings because whatever is attacking you, I'm gonna pray. And so I did. And they told me they're chilling, normal stuff, normal routine. Then last weeks, oh my god, the figure that was attacking my cousin was in my fucking room, staring at me angrily. And bro, I got the fucking creeps. It was like distorted face. It was like it had three faces. There was like a face on the top, like screaming for help. There was a face that was like angry, smiling at me, saying, "We see you." And then there was a third face that had like a big open mouth and with blood on it, saying, "Help us, help us." I was like, "What the fuck is that?" So I went to bed nice and sleepy, and bro, I started feeling chills around my spine, my fucking back, everywhere. I was getting the creeps. Then when I woke up, I started praying to the Lord, put in some holy Bible, and told my parents about that incident. Oh, that gives me the creeps. And I don't know what to say about that. Well, that gives me the fucking creeps. I'm sorry, but it's true. But hey, at least my cousin is doing well. Nothing too bad. Just normal stuff, normal routines. Yeah, yeah. He's doing it good. He's doing okay. Nothing too bad. Chilling and stuff, you know. Only thing I care is that nothing happens to him, you know. Shit. And yeah, that is all I'm gonna give to you. I might make part 3. I'm just too lazy for part 2, like always. But I'll tell you this, I will make part 3 about events about my family incidents. I might even tell them how do you experience in your dreams or real events that you took in place. You know? I'll tell them about that soon. Maybe tomorrow, maybe a couple weeks, because I have a big family. It's like a big family tree. It's either like 50 or 200 or maybe 300 of us. It's a lot of families. But don't worry, we're still a big family tree. Anyways, like I was saying, that's all I gotta say for chapter 8, and that's all I gotta say for all that scary shit. And yeah, God bless for everybody. God bless your families. And I hope nothing happens to you guys because God, that's creepy as shit. Also, I would also record the thing that I mentioned about the weird shit that was going on in the garage. And I'll tell you why. So, yeah. Peace out, y'all. God bless. And yeah. Peace.